Welcome back to another episode of Cobra Kai Companion, and I am Peter. You guys, we got a really fun interview today. I think the youngest person I've had on the show joining me is EJ and his mom Tiffany Sanchez. They're from season 5 of Cobra Kai. How you two doing?
Hey, Peter.
I'm doing good.
Good. Yeah. Well, Tiffany, you'll be off to the side, but I'm sure there's going to be some questions that EJ may need some help reminding on the answers. But EJ, yeah, you're 7 going on 8. You're in the new season of Cobra Kai. What has it been like for you ever since the show has come out?
It been like I was like super excited. I couldn't wait to watch it, and my mom was like freaking out, and I was just tired. And
Tired?
Mhm.
What were you tired from?
Getting up at 2 a.m. to watch the release.
Now, do you go to school or are you homeschooled?
I go to school.
So, do some of your classmates, do they watch Cobra Kai?
Yeah, my teacher does, but
Oh.
not any of my classmates.
What has your teacher said about the show?
She said like I did so good, and like she watched like the car scene and the other scenes too.
Yeah. Did she ask you anything about your time on the show?
She asked me like what did I what did I do? Did I have to restart all of it? Did it take a long time? So yeah.
Okay. Now, again, I keep mentioning, I mean, if people are watching this, they know that you're like one of the you're the youngest interview I've had on the show. Was it you that wanted to get into acting, or did your parents make the decision?
Me. I
You?
watched it. Yeah.
Now, what did you have someone that inspired you that you wanted to be to make you decide to become an actor?
So I was just watching when I first knew Cobra Kai. I started watching it a couple times, and then I decided if I could be an actor or not. And then I got auditions, and then there was this audition where if I got it, then I could be in Cobra Kai.
And you didn't know what it was at first, right?
Yeah, I didn't know it was for so
Yeah. Now, when recently you were actually on the news, like your hometown's news. What was that like? Were you nervous at all?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous. And um, it was just weird being on the news because I've never been on the news before, and it was just like so weird. I was like shaking. I was like, "What?"
Did you get to watch yourself like later that day, or did you guys watch it on the computer?
We watched it like on the TV, and I was like excited. So I was like, "Oh, that's me! There I am!"
Now, is it different to see yourself on the news than it is to see yourself on Cobra Kai?
Yeah, it's like really different because like they say my name and then you can like just see my face and stuff, and it's really cool.
And you actually got to speak on the news too, right? Because on Cobra Kai, we didn't hear Louis say anything, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about when you got the part of Luis and did you guys go to Atlanta first?
Yeah, we went to Atlanta, and then we went to Puerto Rico, and then we filmed all of it.
So when you first got to Atlanta, what did you guys do?
So we I think we did like the car scene.
No, that was bear in mind that was a year ago and he was 6. So that's where we filmed the house scenes. We had the house scene when you're running with Elvia.
Yeah, and then we had the one where I was eating rice. Yeah. I don't like rice anymore.
Tell them about that. That's a funny story.
So so when I kept eating rice, I felt like full, and now I do not like rice anymore. Like rice is gross. Every time I see rice, no.
For that 5 second scene, he ate so many plates of rice during
Really?
filming.
Mhm.
Wow, that made you sick of rice. So like for me growing up, I can't eat like meat without rice. So that's interesting. Um, now there's a point where Maria and Luis has to run through the house. I heard you had to do a lot of running that day.
Yeah, like we had to run like like 100 times around the house. Like it's like took forever. I was getting tired, and Elvia was getting tired, and like yeah.
Now there's a point we do hear you laugh. What was it that made you laugh? Do you
um
remember?
so like it's I like running around sometimes, and sometimes when someone sees me, I kind of laugh, and yeah.
Okay, so that was like it was natural. Like she didn't like tell you a funny joke or something. You were just laughing because she was chasing you.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's fun. Who was one of the first people that you met in Atlanta?
Um, the first person I met, I think was Miguel, wasn't it?
Was it show? I think we kind of met them all at the same time. Everyone hopped in a van.
No, we met William Zapka at the last.
Yeah, so it was Xolo and Elvia that you had
Yeah.
met first, and Luis,
Yeah.
yeah, Roberto Guzman.
Right, Luis, who plays Hector, because there's your character Luis, and then yeah, Luis Roberto Guzman. Um, so how long were you guys in Atlanta before you guys went to Puerto Rico? Do you remember?
I think for 3 days.
Yeah, we were in Atlanta for a few days, and then Atlanta
And then-
filmed in September of 2021, and then Puerto Rico filmed in December. So there was a few month gap between
Yeah.
takes.
I forgot about that too, because like in season 3 when they filmed in Okinawa, they also did that last, like after they filmed everything else. So that makes sense because that's also when we started seeing some pictures coming out of Puerto Rico. Like already, like they just got done filming. Um, so was Puerto Rico, was that the first time you went there?
Um, yeah, I think, right?
So when you're in Atlanta, right, the one of the early times that we see you, well, the first time we see you, you're walking on the street, you're playing with a soccer ball. Tell me, tell me about working with Ken and also Sholo.
So Sholo, I like he's one of my favorite characters. And what's it called? And like I just yeah, I love filming with him, and it's cool. It's good. He's a good what's it what is he?
Stunt coordinator.
He's the stunt coordinator, yeah. So he made sure you were safe, right? He talked about what you were gonna do and stuff. So, did do you have a stunt double?
No,
No.
Okay, so you had to do your own stunt.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild. So, did who else was there to help you feel safe and comfortable before filming?
Elvia, Elvia, she helped me like sit do, and the others some people, they told me like what to do, and then I felt comfortable, and then Luis, he helped, and then he made me comfortable too, so then I felt better being in the show.
Okay, so outside of filming your scenes, there do you have some stories with Sholo? I understand that he helps you with some math.
Yeah, so he showed me like 9 times 2. So you have like 9, and then 1, 2, take away this, and then it would be
18.
18.
Had him do 9 tables on his fingers.
Mhm.
Yeah. What else did he show you, or did he tell you any stories, some fun stories maybe?
He told me like his favorite. I think he told me like his favorite like episode scene or season, an episode.
Something like that.
Yeah, he did. I think.
Do you remember what it was?
I think I don't remember. I don't remember.
You guys talked a lot, huh?
Yeah, we talked like about everything. Yeah.
Well, what else do you remember? Did he say anything about Blue Beetle yet? That he was going to be working on that?
No, I don't think he was in. I think he was not doing Blue Beetle when we. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm forgetting the timeline, but maybe it wasn't quite announced yet. Because they were only filming just earlier this year, I think. Are you familiar with that character, Blue Beetle? Do you read any comics?
I think I read one comic. I know he's a Marvel in a
DC.
Marvel
Yeah, he's DC. Yeah,
DC. Yeah, I think I heard of it once. I looked at it on Google. And then yeah, and he looks cool.
yeah, I think so. I'm not familiar with the character. So the pictures that I have seen Xolo wearing the suit, I want to wait until the movie comes out because I don't think that's the way it's gonna look. I think it's gonna look a little bit different. They're probably gonna add special effects to it, but right now it just kind of looks like a big rubber suit. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it, make it glow or something like that. But Xolo plays Miguel on Cobra Kai, and he is one of the lead actors. Um, I don't know if you really quite understand like representation. Like, what does how does it feel to see someone like Xolo who looks like you on screen?
Um, I think I think people were like not gonna know. Like they're trying to get mixed up with me and Shola because some people like don't know him and some people like don't know me. So like people will say, why do you guys look similar? And like because because I don't know. That's how he looks. So like
Before season 5 came out, and people were maybe starting to kind of figure out that you might be on the show. Did you have people reaching out asking, like, did they have ideas of who you might be playing at all? Do you remember any of those messages?
Yeah, some people like these spoilers keep like telling people on Instagram like Luis, and then
Like
like yeah,
flashbacks and things like
flashbacks
that.
and
Yeah.
stuff, and like they keep like telling people that season there's gonna be a little kid in season 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and it was annoying so because it won't be a surprise anymore.
That's right. We don't like spoilers, because it ruins the surprise. You want to enjoy the show when you watch it for the first time, right?
Yeah, I want to like see how like what they edited and stuff.
Yeah, I had no idea who your character was going to be. I even considered like, oh, could EJ play like a young Miguel? Did we see Carmen, move out of Ecuador and then she had to kind of raise this little boy herself. So it was really interesting, like, the ideas that I had, and I'm glad that I'm wrong because then I could be surprised, right? That I was like, okay, it's not even what I was thinking. But obviously we did know that there was going to be a big storyline in Mexico. So like you really could have been anybody. So for me, it was kind of fun to kind of guess. So now you have two older sisters that
Mhm.
at least that I'm aware of. Now, are any of them jealous at all of you that you worked on Cobra Kai?
Maddie, right? My oldest sister, which is Maddie, she's 18. Thinks she's jealous. And she thinks it's really cool that I'm in a movie, like in a show, and like that has been out for the past
Like a couple of weeks now.
couple weeks, and it's cool.
Is there a certain reason that she's jealous? Is it because you've met somebody?
Um, her favorite. Who's your favorite character?
I don't remember. Maybe you guys talked about that.
I think it's Miguel. I think that's her favorite character. Yeah, I think it's Miguel because I think she loves Miguel, and yeah, I love Miguel too. So
I
like,
mean, who doesn't love Miguel, right? I mean,
mhm.
he's the lead kid from the show, you know. It's about Johnny and Miguel. So, now again, you guys are part of the Mexico storyline. You mentioned meeting William. We'll get to that in a little bit, but there's another character that's part of that storyline too, Robbie. Did you get a chance to meet Tanner?
Yeah, so we had a hotel. Our rooms were right next to Tanner's. And then we saw him come out of his room, and then I said hi, and then was called, and then now he's my favorite character. So like, yeah.
Did he teach you like division or anything?
No, no.
What? Oh man, we're gonna have to talk to Tanner about that. Um, now, you guys didn't have any scenes together, but did you get to spend very much time with Tanner when you guys weren't filming at all?
My mom did, but
Oh, is that
I was just showing. No, you did because you talked over.
Yeah, we talked for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
how was Tanner as your hotel neighbor? Did he play a lot of loud music or anything?
No.
No? Okay. He kind of kept to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, as long as he was behaving, you didn't have to call the police on him or something for being loud. So the episode in Mexico was filmed. Oh well, I guess it's in Puerto Rico, but the Mexico storyline the was filmed or directed by Joel. What was it like working with him?
It it felt like weird because I've like not worked with someone that works with Cobra Kai and stuff. So like it just felt weird, and it felt like that I'm a new person and stuff. So like
It was cool.
it was cool too.
He was pretty tall, right? I think he's taller than most on the show. At least that's what we talked about him being tall. Not as quite as tall as Thomas, which I don't think you've met. But and also the Atlanta stuff was directed by Steven. How was it working with Steven?
It felt like cool, like if because he was one of my favorite.
He was the one that
Um,
with the rice that directed those scenes.
the one who was holding. He's a nice guy. He's one of my favorite actors, and wasn't he in Stranger Things, or was that Kevin?
Oh, you're thinking about Ken. Oh, he's talking about Ken with the stunt coordinator. Ken did some stunt work with Stranger Things. I think he got them confused. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Steven has the long hair with
yeah,
with the yeah with the I think he has maybe a beard.
I don't think he has a beard.
No, okay. Yeah, I
Um,
just going off of pictures that I've seen.
Maybe his 6-year-old brain doesn't remember him having a beard.
I mean, you've got so much going on in your mind, Fortnite and all these things. I get it. It's hard to remember. Um,
yeah, cool guy.
Now, let's see the scene on the street where you have to run out after the ball. Do you remember how many times you had to do that?
We had to do it like 5 or 10 times, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, 5 or 10 times.
Well, that's not as bad as 100 times running around the house.
Yeah.
So that was probably easier, huh? Just 5 to 10 times. Okay. Was there actual cars on the street too?
Um, there was only one car. Yeah, there was
Just
only
one
one.
car?
Yeah, just one
And
of them.
so you weren't too scared because there wasn't like a whole lot of cars, right?
Yeah, I was not too scared. And good news that they knew what to do, and what's it called that's one of my favorite parts, Miguel. Yeah, like saving me. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, I mean he's already like a superhero, right? Like he's preparing to be a Blue Beetle, so he's already saved one person. Uh,
Mhm.
Earlier you mentioned that you got to meet William, and was that towards the end of you guys filming?
Yeah, so yeah, it was like nighttime, and then we're going back to our like room and stuff, our hotel, and then William Zapka was there, and then we took pictures together, and then he gave me this, and then he gave me this right here. Yeah, he gave me this.
Oh, awesome. So for those that are listening at home, it's a headband. So we have heard stories about William handing out headbands. Which side do you like wearing?
I like wearing the one that says season 5. This part right here, right there, this part.
That's pretty cool. Did he give you two? Maybe one for me?
Oh no, he only gave me one.
Just one? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to ask him about that if I ever get a chance to. Um, now, was there like a fun story with getting that headband? What was the weather like? Was it raining?
Yeah, it was raining for like a couple minutes, and then we went to a room and then it stopped raining, and then it was cold, and then I was like so excited that I got this. My mom was freaking out that I got this. Mhm.
Who went to go get William for you guys?
Tanner. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think Tanner was on. I think he was on the phone. And then yeah, it was raining, and then it was cold, and then it took like 20 minutes for him to get off
Okay.
the phone. Yeah.
Well, he was probably really far away. Um, so I hope that you can remember some scenes because as we get ready to wrap up, I'm going to ask you for some of your favorite things from Cobra Kai. And before we get into some of those like favorite characters or favorite fights, things like that, do you remember anything else from filming in Atlanta or in Puerto Rico you want to talk about?
I remember when what's it called when hmm, I don't remember any.
So much
no,
happened in such a short period of time.
I remember when the mall, where like the cotton candy and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
the
remember.
market.
Yeah, the market. I kind of I wanted I loved the cotton candy. I wanted it so bad.
That was not supposed to be in the scenes, by the way. That was an
Oh,
accident.
that was interesting. Just because he wanted something, they're like, why not? They're just walking.
He got
Yeah.
hungry and wanted cotton candy and then forgot he had it in his hand. So they ended up having to shoot all the scenes with the cotton candy in his hand.
And then
Oh, that's so funny.
then what was called? I think one of the stunt people, they said if I do well, then they would give me this.
Oh,
It's a
that's
balloon
awesome.
from the market.
It's a
Yeah.
balloon from the market, and they said they'll get me it.
So it's like a really long balloon that you can, like an inflatable.
Yeah.
It's like a wand.
Oh, okay, like a huge one. Like that's really big for a wand. I think it's longer than you. I
Yep.
like it. Does it say anything? It looks like there's some letters on there.
Um, it says what does it say?
Wizard.
Wizard staff. It says wizard staff.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That's how you know it's a wand. So one last question before we get into your top three, whatever we discuss. Um, Now you play some Fortnite. Okay. So what is it like playing with Fortnite? Do you tell people you're on Cobra Kai?
Yeah, I told one of my friends and they didn't believe me. So then now they believe me because I told them to look on Google and then see, and then they believe me. So like, yeah.
You told him to goggle it up. Yeah. I don't know if he got the reference there.
Yeah.
Because remember, John, he tells Daniel that he was goggling earlier, and so Johnny doesn't know the right word sometimes, right? Sometimes he says the wrong things when he means something else. That's what makes him funny. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of your favorite things from Cobra Kai. Who are some of your favorite characters?
Um, my one of mine is Tanner, Xolo, William Zapka, and Daniel LaRusso.
Oh, okay. So Daniel too, and you didn't meet Ralph, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. What do you like about Daniel? That's a little surprising to me. Just I guess maybe because he's not in those scenes. So
My favorite part about him is like when he teaches his students and when he like fights with Silver, I think. Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts.
so do you also like him because you mentioned that you like when he teaches his students. Do you think he's a good sensei?
Yeah, he's a good sensei and he should be like one of the top senseis.
I think he is. I think he is. Because if he wasn't, I don't know if he would be able to beat Silver at the end, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But okay, so what about some of your favorite fight scenes?
Um, the one with Tanner and Miguel fighting on like the
The
roof.
apartment?
Yeah, and the finale and where all the people fight
Crease.
and Chris getting stabbed and it was actually like jelly.
Right. Were you glad that he actually didn't die?
Yeah.
That would have been scary, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you scared that Robbie was gonna fall off the second floor? Did you think something bad was gonna happen when you first watched it?
Yeah, I think he was gonna like his he was gonna break his back like Xolo did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I was pretty worried about that too. Did you like the fight between Chosen and Silver when they were using like the size and the sword?
Yeah, I thought what's it called he was actually dead, but because the spoiler said there was gonna be someone that's gonna die in the show, but it was just jelly. And because I didn't watch the whole thing, and but my mom did, and she told me that what's his name again?
Which
Chosen?
one?
The one that
Crease.
yeah, Crease. But I thought that he died, but my mom said that he didn't. It was actually Jello. So then we watched it again, and then it was actually Jello.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad that that it was fake and that it was only Jello. And what'd you think about that big scary man that tried to take his Jello from him?
What's it called? What scary man?
The
The
big
one in jail. He had a
Oh,
long beard. And he kept on taking he said "Sayonara, Sensei." Do you remember that?
yeah. I my favorite part.
What do you think about him?
Oh,
Big
yeah.
scary
Do,
I
guy?
do you think
I
he's scary?
yeah, I think he's scary. I saw you what's it called um what was it called?
Interviewed him?
Yeah, I saw you interviewed him, and his voice is weird. He's a big man.
Were you surprised that he was able to do those voices from a because he's such a big guy?
Yeah, because I thought because his voice was like deep in the movie, but now it's like weird.
He could make it sound just like yours.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird, right? Because when he did it, I was like, where's that coming from? Yeah, because he what did he do? He made his voice sound like his son, his son's voice, and then his wife's voice. So he did a little boy and then a woman. I'm just like, wow, how can you do that? Can you do voices? Can you do it like him? Can you make
No.
yourself sound like a man? No? Okay.
Hello,
Maybe
hello.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I thought your dad was in the room. So Sholo, he's gonna play Blue Beetle, right? Yeah, he's a superhero, but there's some real life heroes that are in your family too.
Mhm.
Some that serve the country. Your uncle, I understand, is a soldier, and your dad is a coastie who, again, kind of serves the country there. What do you think about what they do?
So like, I like when my uncle like does the bombs and stuff, does like in the wharf, and but what's it called? My mom was freaking out when the bomb exploded on him
Oh,
when he
yeah.
was, and then what's it called? And then he's in the hospital right now. His legs are like stitched up, and like it's weird. It's like sad that Scotty's in the hospital.
Yeah, but he's making sure that everyone's gonna be safe, right? So
Yeah.
it's scary, right? But it's also his duty to protect everybody. So you must feel proud about that, right? That you have some heroes in the family.
Yeah.
Did you know I was in the army?
Wait, you're in the army?
It used to be.
Oh, you used to be.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
I could send you pictures of me in my uniform with my big rifle. Like I could be a character on Fortnite, you
Were
know?
you young?
Huh?
Were you young?
Yeah, I was young. I got out. Let me see. When I got into the army, I was 18, and when I got out, I was I believe like 28 years old. So I was in there for 10 years, and I went to Afghanistan. So it was scary. I heard bombs, but I didn't get injured. So I was pretty safe when I was there.
Mm.
Yeah.
When you first when you first got into like the army, were you like shy or anything?
I wouldn't say shy, no. I was young and a little wild, you know. And also, do you know what happened on 9/11, September 11th?
When the planes went into the building.
When the planes went to the building?
Yeah. So you know about that, right?
Mhm.
So when I started my training, I graduated high school and I went into training, and during my training is when that happened. And
Oh,
so I was 18 years old when that happened. And because we were away from home, they showed us the news and everything that was going on. So we couldn't even talk to our families at the time. So a lot has changed. And we didn't have cool cell phones, right? Like the cell phones that we had, they didn't even have color on the screen. Do you believe that? There was
no.
the screens were pretty much like black and white, like the TVs that you see on TV. And you know what else, EJ? There was no internet on the phones, and there were no games on the phones. It was hard. I know, right? You couldn't even listen to music on the phones. It's crazy.
So all
Yeah,
you had to do was just like
Make a call.
nothing.
that's it. Yeah, you could only make a call. I don't even think we could text message yet on the phones.
Jeez.
I know. And you know how some people have like Verizon and other people have like T-Mobile. So the early phones, you couldn't text to everybody. Like you could like if you had T-Mobile, you could only text to T-Mobile people.
That
I know, right? Yeah, the struggle was real. It's crazy. Yeah, so you grew up at a good time where you can play video games on the phone, play internet. You could goggle on the phone, so you could do a lot of things now. A lot has changed.
like like if you had a flip phone, you can only like you can only call people with flip phones.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Like the phones that Johnny has, like before he gets like the broken touchscreen one, like he used to use a flip phone. We had those too, the flip phone. And the flip phones were considered fancy.
Hmm.
And you know what an antenna is? Some phones even had an antenna that you pulled out of so you can get better reception.
Like better Wi-Fi.
Not quite Wi-Fi, but something like that. Because Wi-Fi is more for like internet, right? And since you like to do YouTube, you can probably find YouTube videos of like commercials of the phones to kind of see what they were like. That might be interesting. So, but I would say stick with that with acting, learn about what everyone does, before you decide what you might want to do when you grow up. Speaking of, do you have some things that you might want to do other than acting when you get older?
I want to be in like the war, like my uncle is, because I think it's cool, and you can go like you can train with like real guns, and I just it's just cool. Sounds cool.
Okay. All right. Well, just learn about it, watch some more videos because it looks cool, but it's hard work. It's really, really tough and hard. And sometimes you don't get to sleep. Do you like sleep?
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose some sleep just being a soldier, because it's a lot of work, really tiring. Like my son, he was 10 years old when I was 28, and he asked me to get out because he wanted me to be home more, because I was gone a lot. So there's a lot of different things like that. As I understand it, your dad's pretty lucky to be home a lot, right? Because there's kids out there who don't get to see their parents for like a year or maybe 2 years. So yeah. So some things to think about. So I know you're getting tired. I know you're getting tired. Uh, just one last question and we'll end it. What are some of your favorite episodes of Cobra Kai?
So 1 and 2 because I'm in it, and but I was obviously episode 10.
Okay, because there's just so many fights going on.
Yeah.
Who are some of the other characters that you like that you have not met? You mentioned Daniel, but what about the other kids?
Corey, the new sensei, Silver, Hawk, and all those characters.
Who's Corey? You mean Chosen or?
I'm talking about
Oh,
the one.
Tori.
Yeah, Tori.
Oh, Tori. Oh, okay. You like Tori, huh? Yeah, I felt bad for her. Some of her scenes with Silver, right? Like you feel bad for her. Yeah,
When
but
when her fist was bleeding. All
yeah.
that.
Would you think about that new sensei, that the lady sensei with the long hair? What'd you think of her?
I think she was really mean, and she was a good fighter
Did you see my interview with her?
though. Yeah.
She's really friendly in person. So she plays a really good, like, bad lady, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, EJ, it was a pleasure speaking with you. You had some really great stories, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on other things that you'll be doing. So, for those that are interested, you were just recently on the news. We kind of talked about that. Is there anything else that you're trying to do right now? Is there any auditions that you might be able to talk about?
Um, I really want to be in like another movie, so I'm hoping for another audition that I can get another movie in.
Right? Yeah, you definitely got to audition to be in those movies. What kind of movie are you trying to be in? Anything or something specific?
Something like a Marvel movie because I want to
Marvel.
be Marvel.
Okay. Is there a character you want to be?
I want
Spider-Man or something?
to be the Hulk.
You want to be the Hulk? Okay. Well,
hmm
I mean, there's a She-Hulk show that films. Does that film in Atlanta? She-Hulk? I'm not sure, but some of the shows do. Like, I don't know if you got to meet Rose Bianco, who plays Yaya. You didn't get to meet her. She was on an episode of WandaVision. So she was on WandaVision, and then there's a lady named Susan Gallagher. She plays the homeless lady in the other seasons. She was on Loki. So it's very possible they do film in that area. So some of the people that have been on Cobra Kai have been on Marvel shows. So just keep your eyes open. And as long as you stay out of the road, I think your character will be safe. All right. EJ, where can people find you on Instagram if they want to give you a follow and check out your pictures?
Sanchez official.
EJ Sanchez official.
All right, there we go. And for everyone listening and watching at home, if you guys don't already follow me, I am pretty active on social media. I'm on Twitter at Cobra Kai Pod and on Instagram at Cobra Kai Companion. Companion is spelled with a K. It's also the website where I have all the interviews up. I kind of lost count at this point. It's like 120 something. But I want to thank everyone for your guys' continued support. Thank you, EJ and Mom Tiffany off to the side there. And until the next episode, we will see you guys next time.
Thanks, Peter.
Bye, Peter.